is Shammy. Welcome to my channel, and today we are talking about finance. Yes, finance, very interesting, very much needed. I live in Indian subcontinent, and in this subcontinent, unfortunately, we do not learn about finance in our childhood, in our home, in our school, in our college. But this is a very much needed life skill that we need to learn no matter which part of the world we live in. So without further ado, let's dive in. Imagine your salary is 30,000 Bangladeshi taka or Indian rupees, INR or BDT, whatever. I live in Bangladesh, so I go to India quite often. I lived there a couple of years, so I am calculating according to this country. But you can take an idea about this, how to do the calculation and do the rest as you need. In the screen, we'll be also demonstrating how much is it in dollars. So while talking about budget, when we earn 30,000 in a month, that means our net income is 30,000, and we need to spend whatever we want within this 30,000. We also have to save for our emergency fund, for our medical bills, for our luxury, for our needs, necessity, whatever we talk about. So we are following a very basic budgeting rule, which is 50, 30 and 20. 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for your savings. This savings is basically an emergency fund. You cannot touch it no matter what you're going through, unless it's an extreme emergency. So if you're earning 30,000, that means your 20% is 6,000. 6,000 will go to savings. So we have 6,000 rupees here, 6,000 taka here, which we are keeping separate. So you're gonna put into a separate bank than your savings account. If you have a savings account or a salary account, that means we have to have a separate account which you do not access every day. Only you can deposit in that account. So this 6,000 is going to our deposit account. For our needs, so our needs is basically our accommodation, our food, our utility, and our commute. So for accommodation, food and utility, we have 50%. That means from 30,000 we can have 15,000. This 15,000 we are dividing in three different parts. First part is 10k, our accommodation, food and utility. So if you are living in a shared accommodation or you're living in a hostel, you can easily live within 10,000 with your food, your utility and security, and everything will be included. 10,000 I'm keeping it maximum. You can also get a very good room, a shared room within 6k or 5k, including your food. That means you're already living in luxury, you're spending 10k in here. Now comes to our commute and your mobile cost. We live in 21st century, everybody has mobile. That means we need mobile data and calling package. So we are keeping 3,000 for commute and mobile. So from our 15,000 we are keeping 10,000 for our accommodation, food and utility. That means we still have 5,000. From this 5,000 we are dividing this part into two different parts. One is commute and mobile, which is 3,000, 3k, and medical is 2k. So we have medical here, which is separate. That means 2k in here, and we have 3k. And now in this 3k, and our 30% is wants. That means 9,000. 9,000 plus 3,000 is 12,000, and we have 30 days in a month. That means we are gonna divide this 12,000 taka or INR 30 different days. So I have 30 envelopes here. That means 30 days, and day one I have 400. And because from 12,000, if you are dividing into 30, that means 400 each day. I have day one 400, I have day two 400, I have day 3, day 4, and all these days I have 400 for each day. If we are saying your commute and mobile is 3k, that means you can spend maximum 100 per day in your commute. That means you cannot really afford a taxi or a Uber or any other auto or anything like that. You need to take a public transport. You need to keep in mind that you need to have some luxury in life, because at some point you need some cosmetics, you would need some dresses, shoes, bags for your daily necessity, because you work in an office or you are going to a university. That means you need to be at least decent, and within this 400 per day we are gonna save as much as possible. So at the end of the month we have some budget for our beauty or shopping or whatever we want. So if you spend only 100 per day, that means you're saving 300 per day. So this 400 on day one, I have a 200 note, I have a 100 note, 50 note, 20, 20 and 10. So if you're spending only 10, 100, and spend 100 on the commute, that means you still have 300. So you can keep this 300 into this envelope and keep it in a drawer where you do not want to access. At the end of the month, you will see you still have a lot of money left in this envelope. This is the strategy I have done in my life when I was in a really tight budget and I had only 30,000 to spend around. And I was living in a shared apartment with two other girls and I had a really tight budget for my meal, and I did not go to fancy restaurants or anything like that. I have cooked by myself. I have batch cooked and I have taken food for my lunch or my dinner if I need to go outside and do some work. Even if I want to spend some time in the beach, I pack my lunch or dinner or like snacks and I go to the beach by public transport. I take a bed sheet there and I lay up my bed sheet on the beach ground and I sit there, read some books, drink my water, drink some drink that I have prepared from home, and I have eaten my snacks, and I come back by public transport. And this is how I survived at most 3 years of my life, spending only 30,000 for the whole month. And trust me, I was living in luxury because I was saving in the most part and I knew what is my budget, what is my allocation, and which part I can spend what. I knew how much I spend for my food, I knew how much I can spend for my accommodation, so I don't go and spend an unnecessary amount in my accommodation which I cannot really afford. You don't need medical bill every day or every month, although I have some medical prescription medicines because I'm a cancer survivor and I have some physical difficulty, so that means I have a separate 2k for my medical, and whichever I am like saving in this daily commute or daily expenditures, this also goes to my savings account at the end of the month. So I don't spend a lot, but at the same time I have found my luxury, like living in good home, spending some time with my friends in my home, watching some movies on my Netflix or watching some movies on my Amazon Prime. I was using Airtel phone, and with my Airtel postpaid connection I had like Amazon Prime by default. That means I don't have to pay extra. I also don't have to pay a lot of delivery fee if I want to order something on Amazon Prime. So you can find a lot of different kinds of deals that you are eligible for. So I was looking for active eligibility in different kinds of entertainment because I knew I'm in a very tight budget. But if I didn't know that I'm in a tight budget, I would have gone and like spent 1,000 rupees on my Amazon Prime for no good reason, where I'm getting it for free. So if I'm getting it for free, why would I spend so much unnecessarily? So if you are in a tight budget, cut back whatever luxury you need or you want, and you can save as much as possible. And whenever you are not in a tight budget, you can go and live in luxury. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching our video. See you soon.